Hey guys, Aramis555 here. I got a little bit of time before work. I haven't done a profile in a while. I don't do videos as much anymore. I'm not into the game as much as I was, and if I sound funny right now, it's because I have a head cold, so which a lot of people apparently do right now. But anyways, I was gonna wait for my Herald deck to get to 30 likes, but Herald doesn't get a lot of views unless you're Alan Theo, although his deck profiles are the exact same every time. So. I figured I would just show you guys the Six Samurai deck now. I know a lot of you have been waiting for this. I just want to say before I start that this deck isn't good. It's not. It's really not good anymore. Like, the loss of Gateway was a huge hit. One Shien is not that good. And a lot of people are saying, like, the reason I put it back together is, like, 3 Rhoda. And in another video, I did comment and say, like, 3 Rhoda doesn't change anything. And I still stand by that. I really think the difference between 2 Rhoda and 3 isn't that big of a deal unless you're playing, like, Satellar Knights or something. It is good with this deck. It is very important because you basically want to get like Shien turn 1 with 3 back row. Like that's really the ideal opening play, or Shien and like a Grandmaster or a Kizan and 2 back row, you know, that kind of thing. It's just basically give yourself like the deck. People are trying to play it as like this OTK deck, and it doesn't work as an OTK deck. You can OTK from time to time, but you really just need to play it as a control deck, and then you go aggressive when you get the chance, much like Evils are. Or evil czars, I should say, not evils. Basically, yeah, I like Samurai still. I think they're fun. I think it's something that you could take to a locals tournament or even a regionals if you're lucky and do really well, depending on your matchups, of course, and how good your side deck is and whatnot. But I think if you plan on taking it to like a YCS or something, plan on scrubbing out. Like, your chances of winning with Samurai right now is so slim. The deck has bad matchups against pretty much all the top decks. Which is unfortunate, but it's just the way it is. And Shien's just not as good as he used to be, unfortunately. Like, he needs to go back up to 2 or even 3. Like, now that Gateway's gone, you can't spam Shien's as easily as you could before. I just feel like, in all honesty, the deck just isn't that strong. So anyways, now that I've ranted for 2 minutes, let's get on with the deck profile. So starting things off, 2 Kageki. You don't need more than that. I've seen a lot of people just kite out the Asceticism engine, which is good. That's definitely what you want to do. And then running 3 Kageki, but you don't need 3. Like, we basically have triple Rhoda now. Or 6 Rhodas, I should say. You don't need 3 of this. Like, you can search this so easily. You do want to open with this, but I mean, your chances of opening this are still really high just because you have so many search cards. Probably the most important one, though, is definitely Kagamusha. Basically what this guy does, he's your tuner. He protects Shien from targeting effects, which is really important versus like the Brain Abyss matchup. And he's also, you know, just basically your card that lets you go into all your combos. You really need this guy. I say you do still need 3 of him, even with 6 Rhodas in the deck now. Just for the pure fact, that once again, he does let you go into your combos. And you want to go Shien or Armades like as soon as possible, or Nat Beast. Now this is the surprising part. I would say that you could actually, if you wanted to, cut out my other tech card I'm playing, which I don't actually like, and just play 3 Kageki, and it opens up room for like another trap or something like that, or Raigeki. But basically, I am running Elder, and I am running one Asceticism as well. Now the reason I'm doing that is because if I open just Kagemusha and no other searchers, basically Asceticism just gives me combos, lets me make Naturia Beast, which is also very, very good. And you need this guy for Naturia Beast. His special summon effects are actually pretty relevant because your opponent has a monster and you have like Kizan, this guy, and like a United in hand. You can just like go special, and you don't have to worry about your normal summon being depleted, which is really important. And I mean, he's good. I think that I'd rather top deck a Kageki than an Elder. I've always said that. I see a lot of people still running like friggin' 3 Asceticism with 3 Rhoda and 3 Smoke Signal, and then still running like 2 Elders and stuff. You're gonna get the cloggiest ass hands with that, and you're gonna lose, and you're gonna wonder why you lost, and that's why. It's very simple. So next up we have triple Kageki. He's staple. You always have to run 3 of him. He's exceptionally good now, because before you could search him with Gateway, but you need to draw a Gateway. But now that you have 3 Rhodas, like, you're pretty much going to be searching this guy the majority of the time off of Rhoda, which is excellent. So opens up a lot of XYZ plays and combos, which is nice. Just 1 Grandmaster. You don't need more than that. Destructions aren't really that relevant anymore. 1 Zanji. He's kind of your out to stuff like Leo, Spirit Reaper, Marshmallow, you know, whatever else. Stuff that can't be destroyed by battle. He's really important, and he's also an Asceticism target for Kizan, which is very important. Once again, though, don't rely on Asceticism. I'm just playing one as a tech, but I'm saying that the option is there. You could actually, if you wanted to, cut this guy out and run hand instead. You can actually do some pretty cool stuff with hand, but I think that Zanji is a better card by himself. So, one Enishi. I was actually thinking about bumping this up to 2, to be honest, just for the pure fact that Rhoda's at 3 now, so I can search him more easily. And his effect's actually really good. He's basically your answer to all the shadow stuff. And if you get this guy plus Shi En on the board, it's usually game over if you have the right setup in the back row. So, and last but not least is Spirit. I still think you need to run this guy. He is easily one of the best cards in the deck. Equip into Shi En. Shi En goes to 3,000. Pretty much can get over everything except for like BLs and Leo, and you draw cards. This is your plus engine. I think you absolutely need to run Spirit. I see a lot of people not running it. So on to the spells. That's it for monsters. I think it's 13 monsters. Yeah. So triple United. That's staple. I'm not going to say anything about that. Then next up we have the triple Smoke Signal. I do not run Dojo in this build. You do not need Dojo. And once again, you do not need Asceticism because you have 6 Rhodas, which is insane. And then, once again, the 3 Rhodas. So I only have 2 Ultras and 1 Super. So this is actually kind of nice because I know this is the 3rd one. I've been drawing it in times where it would have been something else. And I'm actually like, okay, this 3rd Rhoda is actually helping quite a bit. But it's still not making the difference to make this deck competitive enough. I actually don't know why Rhoda's at 3. I think that was really stupid on Konami's part. 1 Asceticism. It's just there for the combos. I would never run more than 1. It's kind of dead a lot. 2 MSTs. This is just here because I do run a couple special summon spells, or traps, I should say, and 1 spell. And basically, stuff that really hurts the deck, obviously, is Vanities. This is also really good against like field spells and stuff, because Shien can't do anything against continuous stuff, so this definitely helps in that regard. So I like 2 MST. 1 Soul Charge, really, really good in this deck. And 1 Book of Moon. I do not run Raigeki in here because I don't own Raigeki, unfortunately. I might have a common in one of my tins, but I don't care enough to search through them all. So that's it for spells. On to traps. Triple Double-Edged Sword Technique. And I know Jason's going to watch this and he's going to be like, I'm glad you're still running this, because I know he agrees with me on this. You have to run 3 this card. This is your comeback card. This is your combo card. This is your OTK card, which is very important. And honestly, like I see a lot of people just running 1 of this still, or like sometimes 2. I think 2's fine, but I really think you need 3. Even with Soul Charge, because honestly what this card does is it lets you make pushes, it lets you bring back Shien with a Spirit and then equip Spirit, lets you bring back Kizan and Enishi, and then like use Anishi's effects and overlay for a 4, stuff like that. There's just so many cool combos you can do. Lets you make more synchros, which is very important, and I think you absolutely need this card, especially since we only have 1 Shien in the game right now. 2 Magatama. This card's actually really good again, surprisingly. It's good against Shadows. It's very good against the Teller Knights because their trap card is broken, and Shien loses out to it pretty hard. It's just an overall good card. Like, it stops Warning, which can hurt the deck a lot, stops Torrential, Bottomless, and all that stuff. So next up is triple Fiendish Chain. I do not run breakthrough skills in here. I was playing actually 2 Fiendish Chains, 2 breakthrough skills, but I just kind of decided that Fiendish Chain's still better. You need to stop attacks. And now that you have Rhoda at 3, you can pretty much get an XYZ out easy enough to get over anything that's giving you a hard time, like Ophion, etc., etc. So, 1 Deep Prison. I have the other 2 in my Bujins. So, 1 Mirror Force. This has actually been really good. People have not seen this coming, which I like about it. And then 3 staple cards other than Torrential, because Torrential in this deck is not very good. So, that's the main deck, guys. 40 cards. Pretty standard lineup, honestly. Nothing special about it. So I'm going to go on to the extra deck. This is 16 card extra deck. Still kind of like, these are the cards I bring out the most, but I'm still kind of testing like which one to cut out. It actually might be Crimson Blader. I don't make him that often, but the option's still there. So anyways, without further ado, we do have Crimson Blader. Just going to go through this really quickly. Black Rose, you can make this with Grandmaster and Kagemusha. This one I may cut because it doesn't actually happen all that often. And Black Rose isn't really as good as it used to be. Goyo Guardian, so glad this is back. Barkion, very good right now. Shi En, obviously your staple. Finally got an Armades, thanks to B-Man for that. This card's really important. Basically, this helps you versus the hands, it helps you versus shadows. helps you versus Raiko, so LIGHTSWORN, and all that stuff. It's just, you absolutely need it. I actually have a lot of duels where I make this first, and I'll set double-edged sword techniques, or one, and then I'll bring back 2 cards and make Shien afterwards. Usually the better play is making Shien first, but if my opponent just has like a set monster or something, I'm more worried about their monster than their back row. So, and then 1 Catastor. Don't make him that often, but I think you still need to run him. 1 Naturia Beast. If you did want to make room in the extra deck, you like I said, you could just cut out the Asceticism and the Elder. Just run another Kageki and then like another spell or something if you wanted to, or even another 6 Samurai if you wanted to. Basically with that, they would free up a spot by just taking Naturia Beast out. But I really like Naturia Beast. I think it's kind of essential. So for XYZs, we do have X-SABER. He's still awesome. You can do some OTKs with him. Black Ship of Corn. I do not own 101. I'm poor. Castel. He's like super MVP right now. I do run Roach because I hate LIGHTSWORN and I hate decks that drop monsters that kill Shien. So if I can get this out with a Shien on the board, it's usually game. Like, I'm in a really good spot. You need Dweller. I absolutely think you need Cowboy in this deck because you can OTK, and this just helps the OTKs. It's also just a very good card. Its effect is actually quite relevant, the attack position one. And 2 rank 3s. I'm not really sure which one I like more. I'd probably say Alucard's a better. Alucard is a better card. But I just love Zen Mains. He's still one of my favorite XYZs ever. So, and this used to be a $120 card, which is hilarious. So I mean, if you wanted to, also you could just cut one of these out. You don't make rank 3s all that often because you only run 4 level 3s, so it doesn't happen all that often. But anyways, guys, that's the deck profile. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I don't really know what deck I'm gonna do next. I guess I could do a Bujin update. Or I could do a Evil update for the new format. Evil's really hasn't changed a whole lot, though. Just a couple cards. But anyways, yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you guys want for the next deck. And let's try to get us to 20 likes. Anyways, thanks for watching. Peace.